everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from the Meine, Reise, Durch, Afrika download from Rita Berman, and I am going to do this one next. I have been looking forward to this one with the lovely elephant on it, but I've been slightly procrastinating at the same time because obviously I want to do a really good job of it. But let's just go for it and see what happens. I'm going to come in a little closer. Can't come in quite as close because it's a sort of double sized one, and I'm going to grab number 83, my Dove Grey Staedtler Design Journey pencils I'm using, and I'm just going to start colouring him in. I'm going to actually do him in a layer of this light grey, and then I'm going to add some darker bits. Now, although I really like elephants, they aren't something I colour loads. I do have an elephant colouring book, but so it's a bit of a challenge still for me, but we'll see. I love the fact that he's got a big bowl of fruit on his head. It's quite funny. But I suspect we'll have a few elephants in the book. It's a couple in the Asian book, isn't there? And I've done one on a postcard, but not the one in the book. I'm sort of, you know, I want to leave it until I'm really in the mood for it. Do you know what I mean? Such a lovely page. I actually really like the donkey page as well in the book, in the Asian book. Another one that I'm leaving for now because, you know, it's really nice. Now, we've got a little circle on the cheek. I'm going to colour over that as well. I'm going to I'll attend to it later. I think this bit under here is the body, so it's still going to be this colour. And we'll do the legs. I was just devising a plan of when to release these videos, because I need really for you to have them before the deadline for Rita's competition of completing them, because you may want to enter, and you may be using these videos as inspiration or even colouring along and going to enter your version that you've coloured along with me, and I'm quite happy with that. I don't mind at all if you want to do that, it's fine. So I know that I need to get it done. I'm going to use number 8, I think. This is the grey, and I feel that it goes well with the other grey that we've used, you know. So I'm going to do this bit under here, look, so that it shows up. I'm going to actually make it quite dark so that that trunk shows up, because I'm going to put some of it across here as well. So a little bit here, but not too much, because we don't want the trunk to fade into that background. That's why I did that background bit really hard. So we can just put a little bit on the edges, and here. Just scratched my nose and I drew on my face. Lucky this isn't a pen. Never mind. No one's here. I have to try and remember to look in the mirror though before anyone does get home. It's sort of lunchtime and everyone's out at the moment. One of my sons, I think, is going to be back just at tea. I think, in fact, one of them is going to be back at 10 to 5, I think the other's going to be back at 10 to 6, I'm 100% sure. I know they both will need a meal, because one of them was going to get a lunch at uni. He said the queue was so long he just couldn't be bothered to wait, so he ate his packed lunch. Because I gave him a packed lunch and I said, you know, you can have that, but he's going to be home, like, normally we eat at 5 and it's really early, but that's the time we've always eaten at, because when the boys were little they used to go to bed quite early and they used to take like an hour to eat their tea, and obviously you want a bit of a gap between your tea, eating your evening meal, I mean by tea, sorry. You want a gap between there and going to bed so you can sort of digest, and so because it used to take them so long, and they went to bed at 6:30 I think, or 7, I can't remember. So we would eat really early, and we just continue to do that. It suits me better. I find if I eat much later than that, I get reflux. turning into an old lady. Anyway, right. Now I'm wondering if that is his body, because that's his leg. That's the background, isn't it? Not his body. His body's over here. Would go there. Never mind. I think it looks fine. Luckily, but maybe we need to do this colour too, just so that it works. I'm thinking a bit of impromptu improvisation to make it work. There we go. We'll have to continue this throughout. I think it works. It's going to have to. Yeah. I'm going to do the same. We've got a bush here, but this bit, just paranoidly checking it. I'm not sort of out of shot, but I'm not, thankfully. Yeah, he was complaining earlier that the course was so easy, but I think the thing is there are no prerequisites for the course, so you don't have to have done, you don't have to have studied this topic at all previously. So they have to start really basic for people who've done nothing. Whereas my other boy is doing business and he's never studied it, so he's actually going to need those really basic sessions because he's not done anything. Whereas the people that have maybe done an A-level in business studies or something like that will find it easy. So it's just, you know, they've got to get everyone caught up. But it will soon get hard, I think. But he said he was they were set something to do and he did it really quickly. So he spent some time looking into his assignment and thinking about that, which I think is very sensible. Because now we've got a cloud here, look, because he may as well, you know, use his time really wisely. Here. Yeah, grey wasn't going to be my choice of sky, but it is now, and I think it's going to work out well, to be honest, even though I do say so myself. So I think it acts as quite a good sort of framing colour. It's quite neutral, you know, so anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm really unsure about how to do the zebra, because I feel like he's done. Do you know what I mean? He's black and white, and he's done. I might put some grey shadowing or something on there. But I may leave him till last, and then I'll be able to see whether he looks like he needs something a bit more or whether he's okay. Now, the cloud ends there. Is again, do I leave the cloud white or do I colour it? I will going to again leave it white. It might work if I've got a white cloud and a white zebra. It might look like it makes more sense, perhaps. There we go. Now our elephant is standing on a couple of stones, so before I switch around to a different colour, I'm going to go grab 85. Now this is a warm grey, it's quite a brownish grey, and I think it will be quite a contrast to the greys we've used already, but I still think it will be rather good. So I'm trying to do it a little bit darker nearer the bottom. And then lighter as we go up. Like that. And just seeing if there's any more. But there isn't. So that's that. I'm going to work along here now and look at this bush. Now we have some leaves and then we have the sort of shape of the bush. Now I'm thinking if I do the leaves in a dark colour and then colour over everything with the bush background colour, I think that'll work. Just looking, I'm going to grab number 5. This is the green, okay, and I'm going to do the leaves in this colour. I'm thinking I'm going to do the bush in the background in a lighter colour. It doesn't necessarily make sense. I think it would probably really be the other way around, but I think it's just going to be easier for me doing it this way. And why not make it easy? So I'm just doing each little bit and trying to think hard about when to put these videos out so that you get them in time for the competition. It's playing on my mind a little bit. This is number 50, Willow Green, because I know it has to be done by the 3rd of October, and I know some people won't want to do the competition. They'll just be happy colouring along because the deadline is quite close actually, but I was only going to be doing 1 video a day but work hasn't even started on my house yet. Now I'm going to do some of the other leaves while I've got the green in my hand. Actually I'm going to switch back to number 5, the green. And I'm going to do all of the leaves in a very similar way. I'm going to sneeze, hang on. Oh, that's better. It was a very loud sneeze as well. I'm trying to work out what's going on in here. So with this, I'm going to do a lighter application of this green and then just fade it a bit. Like that, the other green will come into play. But I just want that little line to be darker, so I'm just putting more layers there. And then this towards the tip, just working through all the leaves on the page. And I think about, what is that? I mean, is that a bit of the elephant's ear? Or is that a bit of leaf? And what's that? I don't know. Sometimes when I get that problem, I think that could be the bird's leg. Or could it be a bit of the giraffe? I'm so tempted to do it green. I'm going to colour these first and think about it. Yeah, sometimes when I struggle like that, I look at other people's pictures. A good place you can do a search in your search engine. Pinterest is also quite a good place to look, and any sort of Facebook colouring groups, that sort of thing. Instagram, also very good. Instagram is better than Facebook because you don't need to have an account with Instagram to search, whereas Facebook you can only look to a certain extent and then you have to make an account. Some people don't want to do that, which is absolutely fair. Pinterest, I don't think you need an account at all. Oh, I've got this leaf on the pear. Oh, what's that? Should I have coloured up there? Is that? I don't know. Okay, let's do the other green. This is 50. And I'm just going to do the tips and then blend it down really. And go right through. Same on all. I think a bit of consistency at times is nice. I've missed a bit of grey there. Now, I missed a couple here that I'm going to do in here with this dark green. I really have no idea what that is. I'm just going to do that. If you know what it is, then you can obviously, I've got a bit there too, you can obviously do it the colour you think it should be. The sun's just gone in. It's very bright sunshine today, just noticed I missed that one. Thank you for everyone who shouted out at me that I'd missed it. So I'm going to go back to the number 8, the warm grey, because I've missed this bit here. And there. And I'm just going to take it gently up here and through to there. I don't know what's going on there. So I've done the thing that's easiest and just coloured over it. And I think we need a bit in there. I'm not sure how far the cloud goes out. I think that's it. I think that bit there should have been white though. Never mind. Oh, we've got leaves here. So I'm starting again with the 5, like that, and then the 50. There we go. Now let's do the flowers next. I really want to do them in a nice pale pink colour, I think. They look a bit like cherry blossoms. This is number 21. I know cherry blossoms aren't African, but I just think it'll look bright and light and pretty. There we go. And this one. Now I am colouring over the centres at the moment. I am going to do them a different colour in due course. They're all here. I'm just going to do them a slightly darker pink. So I hope everyone's doing okay. I'm hoping that I can start to get properly on track and caught up and on top of my workload again, but while the children are still settling into uni, then they're my top priority, and I've still got work happening on the house at some point. I've no idea when, and when that's happening it's going to be noisy. 20. This is the light pink, I think. I don't know if I told you the number of the last one. It was light rose, 21. And this is 20. It's actually called magenta. I'm going to do the middles. Yeah, so they're going to be removing and replacing my balcony. Now I've got no idea how long the work is actually going to take. I think a lot of it is coming in pre-made pieces. So it may not take too long, but I really have no clue, having never had it done before. Now, Mr. Giraffe, I'm going to start off, I think giraffe needs to be a bit darker than camel. I was just going to start them in sand, but I don't think so. We're going to start with 16, which is our golden ochre, and we're going to do the whole of the giraffe in this colour, as we have done with some of our other bits and pieces, and then do some darker bits. I think that's just an easier way to do it. Oh, I wonder if there's any okapies in the book. Do you like colouring an okapi? Bit easier than a zebra. Maybe because I know them better. But okapi are part of the giraffe family, but they have stripy legs like a zebra, but a long neck like a giraffe, not as long as a giraffe, but long necks. They are just the cutest things ever. This is number 73, and it's the burnt sienna, and I'm going to do these details. So the sort of mane, is it called a mane? I don't know. The inside of the ears. And any little bits. I'm going to do other bits a little bit more gently. We need to fill in this sort of patterny bit. Sorry, you can't see. Well, you can, but not very clearly. I don't know whether the nose will be light or darker, really. There. Aww, he's a cutie, isn't he? Right, let's have a go at this nice fruit. I'm going to start with these. I think these are oranges. I don't know, really. Number 4. Number 4 is orange. I think That's what we need to use, isn't it? Just got a message from one of my children. He didn't have a lunch break scheduled in to his timetable, but they've been given 30 minutes, so that's good. Yeah, he had class 11:15 to 1:15 and then a 1:15 to a 3:15. So he was like, no lunch then. But luckily they've given him one. So that's nice. Now, where to next? That was a little bit messy. I'm just going to make them a little bit darker at the bottom actually. I was just distracted by my boy and his lunch. I'm sorry I'm so distracted at the moment with things like that, but no, it's, if I don't follow their messages I'll get all edgy and I'll rush everything. I think I'm going to use number 10, which is the light yellow for the bananas. And then maybe put a bit of brown on them. This looks a bit lemony for a banana, isn't it? I'm going to grab number 76, which is, I think, yes, the Van Dyke brown. Oh, excuse me. And put some colour on the ends. Just a bit of brown through, just a few dabs here and there. Okay, where are we next? What do you think this is? Do you think that's pineapple? That's what I'm thinking it is. So I'm going to grab my 16 again, which is the golden ochre, and do a pineapple in that. And then grab my 76 and outline each of the little sections with this brown. Quite tricky, but I want to do that or else it's going to look like a giraffe. Well, it's not really, is it? Okay, let's do the grapes next. Yeah, I'll have yeah, the 61 dark mauve first. I'm going to do red grapes or black grapes, but they're going to be purple. She's making no sense. So this is just a base colour, so you don't have to worry about it too much. There we go. And now we want a violet, so we're grabbing number 6. And I'm going to go around the edge of each one and take the colour to the middle. And hopefully it will look like a grape. Might have been better, I suppose, to have used a dark mauve and made them look a bit more like red grapes, but I like this colour. It's my excuse. Not that I need an excuse for doing a particular colour on my own page. I'm just going around them all in the same way. Even these ones, don't forget those because they would look a bit odd otherwise. So my favourite programme has started again and I'm so excited. It's called Strictly Come Dancing, and if you're not in the UK, it's sold out of the UK as Dancing with the Stars, and we have it runs from late September until Christmas, and then you get a Christmas special. So it's a big part of the sort of autumn winter season for everybody. I'm going to use my Ergosoft black number 9 because I've lost my Design Journey black, but they're the same colour. I'm just going to go around the edges just a bit. Yeah, so I've watched the first episode, and it's got me more excited. I wasn't sure, I mean, I'm always sure, I always loved the programme, but I wasn't sure who I was going to support because I don't really know so many people this year. Last year I knew nearly everybody, apart from the person who ended up winning. But this year I don't really know people, and it doesn't matter because you sort of get to know them as you go, but it makes it hard to know who you want to support right at the beginning, you know. But that isn't really a problem, is it? Right, I'm going to make this little tray gold. I just thought of it and I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to use the 76 that we've already used. I'm going to only use it quite lightly on the lip because I think that will be sticking out, so it might not be as dark as this bit, which I think is sort of dented in. And I'm actually going to put a dark line and bottom of this and make these bits look like they're dented in, like they're shadow. We'll see how it's all going to work in a bit. Well, so will I. I'm just hoping it will. This is number 73. It is the burnt sienna, and we're just going to continue that colour a bit. It might end up looking a bit coppery with this colour. That doesn't matter. And our final colour is the golden ochre, the 16. Again, like I did on my other page, I'm doing a bit of a cheats gold or metal. I think it's going to be a bit coppery because we haven't got a lot of space. So just do it in an easy way. There we go. That's okay. Happy with that. Now these two I think are pomegranates. And I'm scratching my head trying to remember the colour, but I'm going to use 260 mauve and hope that it's right. And I think they might be slightly reddier really, but anyway, I think this will do. I was just checking my messages. My son stopped talking to me now. I hope that means he's talking to somebody else, because he's a bit of a loner, and so he was chatting to me during his lesson as if he wasn't talking to the person next to him. But then you can't really talk in a lecture, can you? You shouldn't have been talking to me, to be fair. Right, I think that above the pomegranates, I think we've got a pear. I'm going to use 57, which is the olive green, and I'm going to make it a green pear. Now we've got a shine line on our pear, so we can just colour around it. Keep it quite simple like that. There we go. We do have a bit of a stick, so I'm going to grab the 76 that I just happen to have here to do that. There we go. Now we have an apple. Could do it red. I think that would be nice, just to got quite a lot of different colours going on. I think a red apple would look good. So 29, which is the carmine red for our apple. Now doing it a bit darker at the bottom and the edges a bit lighter in the middle. There we go. Now this, I think it's a lemon. You may disagree, but I'm going to use this 10, which was the light yellow. No, actually we've got a lemon. No, I'm going to use number 12, which is the lemon. It's a bit more greeny. I'm not convinced it's lemon, but we'll give it a go. It looks almost on the way to lime, but there we go. There he is. Okay, now what else have we got going on? We have got our zebra. I think I might just grab a really pale grey, just do a little bit of work on our zebra, or else it's going to look like I've just forgotten he existed. So I'm grabbing, this is the 800, which is the cool grey, and it's very light. I'm going to sharpen it so that it shows up because it is so light. And then I'm going to just put a little bit here and there, so where the legs come together there'll be a bit of shadow there, a bit of shadow here, maybe under the tail, maybe on the tail. Maybe we could put in some lines for the mane Again, I'm calling it that word. I've got no clue if that is what it is. Maybe just a little bit on the edges of the body and at the bottom of the belly. There. I don't even know if you can see that I've done anything, but I'm happy that I've actually made the effort to do something. Now I'm thinking we have got a huge range of different colours in this picture, and I would like this one to be blue so that we've got a blue, because we haven't got any blue. So I'm grabbing number 30, which is our light blue. I'm going to do a blue bird. Now birds aren't blue, but this bird doesn't look like any bird that I've seen before. So it's going to be a blue bird. Do bluebirds exist? I mean, I don't know. I've heard of a bluebird, but surely they're not blue. I mean, I know that sounds silly and the name, but I don't know. Maybe they have some bits of blue. You know, like a blue tit, for example, only has a little tiny stripe of blue. It's actually, the baby's got mainly green and yellow and black. So, I don't know. Anyway, this bird is very definitely blue. I'm going to do a little black beak. Number 9 is our black. Now we've got up here, we've got a butterfly. I'm going to use the 83, which is the dove grey, for the body of the butterfly. And then the wings. I'm quite tempted to do them in this bright pink colour. This is the dark mauve, actually. I'm going to fade it a little bit towards the end of the tips of the wings. Like that. Now we've got a heart shape here, which I'm going to do with this colour. And then we've got a lot of dots. So I'm very tempted to just do them in this pale pink. This is 20. This is magenta. Somehow it just looks like they're sort of attached to the flowers, because they're near the flowers. I mean, the ones over there we did like grape colour. But now we've got one star up here. I'm going to do pink. There we go. Now I think we're done. Oh, that was such a fun one to do. So yes, we're all sorted. So thank you for watching. Hope you have a really super day and happy colouring.